I know it, Cole, Mr. Randall Cole. And he's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Good job, buddy. Okay, I'd like to welcome all of our visitors here tonight. Thank you for coming. I noticed Miss Julia Timpson is with us again tonight. Thank you. Miss Timpson, do you have anything to say for us tonight?
I would just like to once again give out an impassioned plea for substitutes and bus drivers and teachers that are out there that are not working. We really, really need help in Cumberland County Schools. We have teachers that are covering classes many times a week, and while they are more than capable of doing it, it's a lot. It is a lot on teachers. So anybody out there in the universe, I know people watch online, please, please, please come and help us out and substitute. I promise we'll show you a good time. We'll have a ball.
Okay, thank you, Miss Timpson. All right, next item on the agenda is the special recognition, and I'll turn that over to Dr. Maxwell.
Okay, so tonight is really a night of celebrations for a lot of things that we're really excited about. First of all, I would like to remind everyone that this week is School Board Appreciation Week, and we are very grateful and thankful and for all 9 of our school board members, the time that they give and the service that they provide to the students and the employees of Cumberland County Schools, and I'm very appreciative. For January, our recognitions, you'll notice on the little PowerPoint, last year because of COVID, we weren't able to celebrate some things that we normally are, and last year we had 2 of our local educators that were recognized moved on to the Upper Cumberland district level. And Miss Stephanie Barnes was the Upper Cumberland Principal of the Year last year. And in December, the reason why she and Dr. Farley were not at the last school board meeting, they were in Nashville, and Commissioner Schwinn hosted them. And you will see Mrs. Barnes in the first slide, and then Dr. Rebecca Farley. She was our Upper Cumberland Supervisor of the Year. And so Commissioner Schwinn wanted to recognize them, and it was a good event that they attended. Next. So next we have our Cumberland County Principal of the Year, Mrs. Christy Van Winkle. We have our Cumberland County Supervisor of the Year, Dr. Rebecca Farley. And our Cumberland County Non-Certified Supervisor of the Year, Mrs. Kim Bray. And these are voted on by their peers and colleagues, and I know that all 3 of them were very happy when they heard this news. Our pre-K through 4 grades Teacher of the Year is Miss Cindy Minyard from Crab Orchard Elementary. Our 5th through 8th grades is Mrs. Angela Nealon from Pineview. And our 9 through 12 is Mr. Chris Burris from Stone Memorial High School. And there will be other celebrations, but we just wanted to get this news out because they are so worthy of this recognition. We also have our school level Teachers of the Year that I would like to read off to you because they deserve this recognition as well. At Brown Elementary, we had Lisa Parker and Kim Harris. At Crab Orchard, we had Cindy Minyard and Dr. Cedric Hall. From Homestead Elementary, we had Kayla Wallington and Sarah Kufel. Martin Elementary, Rosie Davis and Kelsey Pascal. North, we had Ellen Carroll and Christopher Baird. Pineview, Heather Jones and Angela Nealon. Pleasant Hill Elementary, Alyssa Atkinson and Jerry Buttram. South Cumberland, Tiffany Brewer and John Atkinson. Stone Elementary, Caroline Jones and Brandy Wilson. CCHS, Megan Carville. Phoenix High School, Casey Robinson. And SMHS, Chris Burris. We also recognize our non-certified employees of the year. And there will be a county-wide selection made. That has not been completed yet. We had a few little flakes of snow to get in the way of some things. From Brown Elementary, we had Takitha Hubbard. CCHS, Aretha Hitch. Central Services, Nancy Guerin. Crab Orchard, Penny Edwards. Representing Food Service, we have Bonnie Kilby. Homestead, Leanne Kellum. Maintenance, Merle Sherrill. Martin, we had Valerie Van Horn. At North, we have Betty Fox. Phoenix, Regina Lewis. Pineview, Kayla Willis. Pleasant Hill, Ann Keys. SMHS, Peggy Potter. South Cumberland, Mary Williams. Stone, Joellen Webb. And from the Transportation Department, Mr. Christopher Howard. And again, there will be many more celebrations to come, but we just wanted to get these names out because these are all so worthy of this recognition. We also, this year, we began what we call Everyday Heroes. And if you are on the CCBOE email list, an employee, you know that we've been doing this. But this is where we've asked administrators to submit names each week from employees, whether it's certified, non-certified, food service, transportation, for going above and beyond. And of course, there are so many that do that. And you'll see pictured our September, October, November, and December winners. And then you will see in the BOE packet the names of our heroes that were nominated in September, October, November, and December. And these employees were all put into a little jar, and we would draw out a name because they're all worthy of this recognition. So that was just something that we initiated this year to let our folks know how much we appreciate them for going above and beyond every day. So that concludes our recognition for the moment, but we will have another recognition here in just a few short minutes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maxwell. Next item on the agenda is the charitable fund for spring 2022.
We have with us tonight Dr. Buck Woods. And Dr. Woods, would you be so kind to say a few words for us about the charitable fund?
I would. This is the 10th distribution we're doing this year. And this started off as $5,000. This time we're giving out $14,500 to teachers and students. So this thing is growing. And I challenge everybody here, get involved in it. $5 a month is not going to hurt people. Get your friends involved in it. We had requests for over 23,000 of the needs of the teachers and students, and we're able to meet, as I said, 14,500. So talk to your friends and neighbors and get people involved in this. Let's get it going quicker than it is. We're making progress, but we're not where we need to be. Thank you.
Okay. So when I call your school, if you're here, if you will come up and he will present the check to you, and then if you will stay up here for just a few moments and we will get a picture. From Brown Elementary, the Beta Club will receive $500. We have 2 from Homestead Elementary. We have the Physical Education Department, which will receive $400, and the Chess Club will receive $300. From Martin Elementary, the Chess Club will receive $300, and the Special Education Department will receive $180.
Yeah.
Okay, from North Cumberland Elementary, we have 2 departments. The Physical Education Department will receive $300, and the 8th grade year-end trip will receive $653.
I'll always take money. Thank you very much.
We have several from Pineview Elementary. The Renaissance Literacy Initiative will receive $200. The Varsity and JV Cross Country will receive $200. The 5th through 8th grade band will receive $700. And the PTO will receive $330. For Pleasant Hill, we have the 7th and 8th grade book clubs receiving $500. From South Cumberland, we have the Student Council receiving $500 and the Beta Club receiving $500. From Stone Elementary, we have the School-Wide Positive Behavior receiving $250, the band receiving $800, and Cross Country receiving $300. From Cumberland County High School, we have the Reading Club receiving $400, County-wide Middle School Golf receiving $400, Track and Field $500, Jet Theatrics $1,000, French Club $150, School Counseling Department $500, Jets Baseball $500, Freshman Academy $300, School-wide Positive Behavior $400, and Jet Boys Soccer $500. For Phoenix High School, we have the Small Animal Science receiving $700, Attendance Reward Program $440, Student Council $150, and the Media Center $150. For Stone Memorial High School, the band will receive $1,500, volleyball $500, audiovisual club $300, beta club $300, FBLA $200, art club $300, the special education department $300, the food pantry $700, CTE Student of the Month activities $300, and the National History Day Club $100. So while we're getting a picture,
Get down.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, you got the right camera, yeah.
With apologies, I might leave someone out.
let's give them another round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Wood. We really appreciate this. Okay. Never read my memos. Okay, next item on the agenda is roll call. Mr. Safety is not here. Ms. Paris? Here. Ms. Hales? Here. Mr. Brock? Here. Mr. King? Here. Ms. Hamby?
Here.
Ms. Boston?
Here.
Ms. Cargy?
Here.
And Chairman's here. Okay? All right.
Mr. Chairman, sorry
Yes.
to interrupt you, but did you recognize our elected officials that?
No, it's coming, it's on down there. It's down the list a little bit.
Oh, I was looking at welcome to visitors.
Yeah, it's coming. The next item on the agenda is the declaration of conflict. Mr. Patton.
Board members, Tennessee Code, Title 49, Chapter 2, Section 202 defines relative as a spouse, parent, parent-in-law, child, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, grandparent, grandchild, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, or any person that resides in the same household as you. So any of you that have such a relative employed by the school system, please raise your right hand and let the record reflect Mr. Inman, Mr. Brock, and Ms. Boston. Do you, each of you hereby certify that the votes that you make tonight will be in the best interest of the Cumberland County school system, regardless of the effect that your vote may have upon the employment of your relatives?
I do.
And let the record reflect all of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patton.
Yes, sir.
Next item is the approval of the December minutes.
Move to approve.
Okay.
Second.
I've got Ms. Cargy with the motion and Mr. King with the second.
So close.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, move to approve.
I got Mr. King with the motion.
Second.
Ms. Cargy with the second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the community comments, and I don't believe anybody signed up, did they? Okay, so we'll move on. Now, Ms. Hamby, the next item on the agenda is the acknowledgement of elected officials, and I think Mr. Jim Blaylock is here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here.
Miss Mo, is my right?
Ms. Colleen Mall? Oh, there you are. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Is there anybody else I missed? Okay, thank you. We really appreciate y'all being here. Next item is school board reports, the TLN report. Mr. Safety is not here. He is out of town. The last time I talked to him, he was in California, and I think he's moving on up the coast to Oregon. And so he's out on a long vacation. But anyway, we'll move on. Any board members report for training? Anybody? Okay, we'll move on again. Next item, Mr. Patton, legal report.
I really don't have much of a legal report for you tonight, and that's good news generally. The Jewel litigation is the only thing that's really pending And I hope that I'll have a report for you next month on that, maybe an update.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, next item on the agenda is the Blue Angel Jet at CCHS. Ms. Boston, you requested this, so
I did.
I will turn it over to you.
Yes, okay. As we all know, on Facebook, we got informed that the Department of Defense had requested and had stated that the jet in front of CCHS is in dire need of repair. This is a 42-year-old icon. The Department of Defense actually contracted with the city of Crossville. My understanding, history-wise, that either the Board of Education at that time or didn't want to contract with the Department of Defense or couldn't. And it's kind of unclear as to what happened. We have been informed when I talked to Mr. Wood that the district did not want to participate in contributing to the maintenance of that icon. Fortunately for us, John Hall, Mr. Greg Wood, I think Bo Magnuson's son is involved in it, am I right, Bo? And also Colonel Trey Meadows is involved in that. What I'd like to do is to make a motion to send this to budget to see, I would like to be a part of this community. I would like to be a part of restoring that. We may not can contribute much. We're gonna have to see where the money lies. But I think our children are jets. Like I said, that contract was signed in 1980. And we want to give our kids something to be proud of. And thank Mr. Greg Wood for not calling the Department of Defense and saying, come and get it. They started rambling. Where's Mr. John Hall? There you are. They started rambling through. I think you've still got more donations that have come in. I think that's going to be a process at trying to get how much money is. We don't know how much it's going to cost, do we?
We have a rough idea of, so we've had a lot of outpouring of support really from the retired veteran community here in Crossville, Fairfield Glade.
Yes.
Trey has really grabbed us by the horns and ran with it. He's contacted the company that has the contract with the Blue Angels for their actual airplane paint, and that's in Jacksonville, Florida. The paint's going to be roughly about $8,000 just for the paint.
Okay.
The Navy's agreed to give us stencils and all the things that we need to get the work done. Cliff Whiteman at TCAT has sent his auto body instructor and her class over. They came over this week to look at it, and our plan is for them to do the paint, the sandblasting and repairs and paint and everything. So, you know, our goal is to set up a fund at school that we have a continual, like once a year we can go out and wax it, and also Miss Nettie as well, not just the Blue Angel. We want to take care of both jets. You know, so that's our goal is to, once we get to about $10,000, you know, we're going to order the materials that we need. We're going to need some other things, you know, sandblasting equipment, those type things. But I think it's going to, our goal is really to have this done before we have homecoming next fall. And I think with the support that we've got so far, I think that's very possible.
Well, you don't know how much I appreciate the effort that you've made and that Mr. Wood has made and you know, Colonel Trey Meadows, which if anybody remembers Trey, kind of hard to say, have put forth in getting this and getting the support. But as a board member, I'd like to be a part of that. So I'd like to make a motion that we send this to budget to see what we can do.
I'll
Okay.
second that.
Okay, I've got a motion by Ms. Boston and a second by Ms. Hamby to send it to budget. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll take that to budget. And I want to thank Mr. Hall for stepping up and getting this a little bit organized and stuff and everything. And I've not seen Trey in a long time. Tell him I said thank you.
I definitely we had an organizational meeting last week, and we all had some assignments to work on. We're going to get back together here in about 2 weeks and kind of, our plan is to roll out the fundraising efforts by mid-February.
Okay.
Do you remember Jimmy Trey Meadows?
Oh, yeah. I had him in school. I coached him in football and basketball and,
Good kid.
Yes.
Good kid. Good family.
yes.
But to put Colonel in front of Trey Meadows is kind of difficult.
Yeah, well,
Doing that.
And I
actually,
do appreciate that.
actually, it doesn't surprise me in the least.
Ms. Lawson, can I throw one thing in before I step up?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Trey obviously has lots of contacts. We have some other people involved in the school system with lots of contacts in the Navy. We've reached out to people. No one's coming to take our jet. Just make that clear. The jet's not going anywhere.
Right.
The Navy said, we're not coming to get it. You're fine.
Mr. Wood said, we're gonna do what we need to do to make sure that this jet stays. But you think about how many kids that we've got in this town that still live here that graduated from CCH. They were a jet. And I'd like to give the kids a little bit and keep the pride and give them something to be proud of. And so I want the jet to stay.
She's not going anywhere.
Thank you.
Well, I can remember watching them put it up.
That was in 1980.
Yep, I remember it very well. And I remember whenever they came in and painted it, the Navy came in and painted it, and the word we always got was that we were not allowed to touch it, because they had to have their experts take care of it and stuff. So, but that was just through the grapevine. That was no official. But yeah, that is a huge source of pride for Cumberland County High School and Cumberland County in general. So yes,
We wanna make sure that
we're going to take
stays.
care of it. Okay.
Miss
All right.
Nettie, what do you do to Miss Nettie?
Well, she's been restored and she's in great shape.
Okay, okay.
But so our maintenance plan for both jets, once we get the Blue Angel back up to where she needs to be, is to, if we wash them a couple times a year, and that would involve, a bucket truck, and because Miss Nettie's up on a much higher post, and then wax them at least once a year, and I think that will make them last 50 years.
Okay, I won't be here. I just
Just some preventive maintenance is all, once we get them where they're supposed to be.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Hall.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hall. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the director's report. I'll turn that over to Dr. Maxwell.
Okay, so continuing our celebrations tonight, the first item does require the board to vote. These before you are the tenure teacher recommendations for this school year. And I shall read the names, and then we will recognize them here in just a moment after the board makes their decision regarding the approval. We have Donna Benson, Crab Orchard; Lindsay Oliver, Crab Orchard; Dr. Cedric Hall, Crab Orchard; Dreama Webb, Homestead; Amanda Baldwin, Homestead; Stephanie Brown Martin, Bailey Sears Martin; Kristen Harrison, Pineview; Taylor Bliley, Pleasant Hill; Kristen Berger, Pleasant Hill; Alyssa Atkinson, Pleasant Hill; Brandy Royston, Pleasant Hill; Carrie Pennington, CCHS; Lauren Peterson, CCHS; Chris Burris, SMHS; Eleni Frigopoulos, SMHS; Colleen Hoyt Phillips, SMHS; and Patricia Overstreet, Central Services.
Move to approve.
Okay, Ms. Carty is moved to approve.
Second.
Mr. Brock is seconded. Is there any discussion? Ms. Boston, you look like you had a question.
No, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Okay, so if you all will, let's give them a round of applause. This is a big moment, and we are very proud of all of you tonight, and thank you for being here. So we will honor you from Crab Orchard. We have Donna Benson. Is Donna with us tonight? I didn't see her. Okay. Lindsay Oliver. Lindsay with us tonight? Didn't see her either. Okay. Dr. Cedric Hall. I know he's here.
You can have a group shot, right? Okay.
One, two, three. Yes, I hear that.
Get a member of the press.
Dream Webb, Homestead Elementary. Amanda Baldwin. Martin Elementary, Stephanie Brown.
One, two, three. Go.
When I was like really young, I had Stephanie when she was in elementary school. Bailey Sears Martin.
One, two, three. Go.
Kristen Harrison, Pondview.
One, two, three. Go.
Taylor Bliley, Pleasant Hill.
One, two, three. Go.
Kristen Berger, Pleasant Hill.
One, two.
Alyssa Atkinson, Pleasant Hill.
One, two. Go.
Brandy Royston, Pleasant Hill.
One, two, three. Go.
Did you get her, Dr. Knapp? Okay. CCHS, Carrie Pennington. Carrie was also one of my sixth graders many, many years ago.
Got it.
Lauren Peterson, CCHS.
One, two, three. Got it.
Chris Burris, SMHS.
Got it.
Lainey Fragopoulos, SMHS.
One, two, three. Got it.
Helene Hoyt Phillips, SMHS. And Patricia Overstreet, Central Services. Okay, so now if we can get a group picture. Let's come this way. Why don't y'all come towards me? Would that work, Steve?
Yeah, just as close as possible, I guess.
I decided that we were short. Of course. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
See, I told you it was a happy night. Lots of good things. The next item on my report, which will require a board vote, this is a fiscal year 22 pre-monitoring fiscal supports grant participation. The State Federal Programs Department is offering this to all local education districts. This is an added layer of helpfulness, if you will, from the department for districts that would like to participate in ensuring the fiscal monitoring of the ESSER funds.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Carter with the motion. Who seconded it, Mr. King? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item that we have, this is just, the other remaining items are just updates for you. As you know, there has been a lot of discussion around state funding formulas, and what you have in your packet is what the state released around January 18th. It doesn't include a formula. It discusses areas where they emphasize that funding needs to be directed. However, we are still ever hopeful that at some point in time we will be given additional information. The commissioner had a call with directors on Wednesday, and she emphasized that she really wanted us to tune in to the state of the state with Governor Lee. It will be January 31st. And so I would encourage all of us, if we can, to be viewing or listening to that via internet or whatever means. So that information is there. The next item that we have is the annual planning calendar, and I'm telling you, time flies when you're having fun. We're making our way over to that other column. There are lots of tasks that have been initiated that we will continue to work on as we move forward. Item 16E, you will find my retirement letter that I have included. And I want you all to know that I have thoroughly enjoyed serving in this capacity. I've thoroughly enjoyed my 33 years. It didn't matter what grade I taught. That was my favorite grade at the time. And I'm just very grateful for this opportunity.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I just wanted to say, when I got notification that Dr. Maxwell has announced her retirement, I actually told her I was not going to accept her resignation. Going back to when we first interviewed candidates for this position, you asked a question, and I've never forgotten it. The question that you asked is what we were looking for. And I answered, myself personally, I was looking for someone who is kind, who would bring our staff and our students and our families together. And I am so pleased to say that we found that person. And thank you so much for the leadership and for the kindness that you've shown through, especially the past 2 years, which have been just a whole new world. So thank you, Dr. Maxwell. I'm still not going to accept the resignation.
We have a great school district, and I just look forward to watching to see what you all will accomplish, and I know you will accomplish great things. So I'm really, really looking forward to being on the other side of it and seeing what you do. Now, I'm not going to fall off the edge of the earth. I don't plan on it, but you'll hopefully see me around.
You want to run for school board?
You never know.
Just kidding. But before you go on, I would like to say thank you as well. This is the last 2 years have been an extremely difficult time in schools all across the nation, and I think Dr. Maxwell has led us through these 2 years with a lot of grace, and I think she has done an awesome job. And whenever I was informed that she was retiring, I was saddened, but I understand it. Because, being a retired school teacher, I was looking forward to it as well. So, but anyway, thank you, Dr. Maxwell. We appreciate everything you've done for us.
Well, I appreciate all of you. And I would like to say, for all the people who have wished me well, your outpouring has been most generous, and I truly appreciate it.
I don't think you need to smile so much.
I just can't help it. Okay, just some FYIs that we have to conclude my report. You have your monthly ESSER report. You'll see the spend down of the funds. We received the ESSER 2.0 RFQs. They've been received, and there will be an ESSER committee meeting set soon to go over those and to make recommendations. I was happy to report to the board on Tuesday morning at 5:10 a.m. we received an email from the department that our ESSER 3 application had been approved, and I did send it in with stars around it like I said I would. It just wouldn't let me put stars in the subject line, so I had to do it in the body of the little memo. Also, you'll find additional information provided there with your ESSER information with our ESSER 3 complaint. That was the findings of fact are included. Everything has been cleared, and ESSER 3 was approved. And the other information is for your information from me.
Okay,
And that's all that I have, Mr. Inman.
Well, I would like to state for the record that there was a complaint filed, and there was an investigation, and in reading the report, it's in the record, so everybody can read it if you want to. That came back, and everything was fine. They did suggest that we get a little bit more input with our students and parents, and I know that's already been taken care of, and the reason I know it's been taken care of because they approved the ESSER 3.0, so it has been approved and everything is A-OK.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Dr. Maxwell, for you and your staff and everybody that's worked diligently on this, because I know it's been a rough go, and and everybody doesn't realize it, but between the federal government and the state government, they kept changing the rules on us almost sometimes daily and sometimes weekly. So it's been a trying process, and they have done an outstanding job getting this done for us to be able to have the ESSER 3 money. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all I have to report, Mr. Inman.
Okay. All right. Now, let me get caught up. Next item on the agenda is a request for competition funds.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay. A motion by Ms. Cargy and a second by Mr. King. All in favor say aye. 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 Any opposed? Hearing none, it passes. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the school board committees. And looking at it, Mr. Brock, I don't believe you have anything to report, do you?
Thank goodness we do not, but we will next month, so be prepared.
Okay, and you're also on here for the athletic committee. I don't think y'all met.
We actually did meet.
Did you?
And just a quick thing, we, as a committee, met with both our athletic directors, our coaches, and some of the administrators in the county in an effort to come up with a plan that we could better recruit and retain, terms that we have used in this building many times. Mm-hmm. Coaching, that is also an issue. And we do have a suggestion. We're going to run that through budget and just see how realistic it is. But we are making every effort, and so you'll see the results of some of our athletic committee efforts later.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Brock. Yes, sir. And Mr. King, you have anything to report on the budget?
Mr. Chair, nothing to report, other than it's about to get busy.
Thank you, sir. Okay. And, of course, Mr. Safety is not here. Ms. Hamby, you have anything to report on the safety committee?
The only thing I have to report is whenever I think it was the meeting before last, whenever we had the Bikers Against Bullies come. We are still working on that and getting the rallies put together, and Mr. Magnuson is working on that. And so whenever we get that all set up, everybody will know about it. And we will probably be having a safety meeting sometime in February.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is Chief Financial Officer's report. Ms. Harris, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Okay. So first up, I would like to just give you a snapshot of the budget design timeline. So we have started the budget season for this year, and as Mr. King has said, it's about to get busy. So principals and departments are working on their budgets, and so we will be having some meetings in the upcoming months. Some dates to be aware of: May 26, 2022. If you'll save the date there, we all should be here. But that is our goal, to have our board-approved budget no later than that date to send over to the county. Early June, we will present that to the budget committee with the county commission. And then if we need to reconvene mid-June for any special call to make adjustments or anything like that, we can. It will be an interesting budget season, as it's kind of up in the air if our budget formula will change, if it won't, and what that will look like. So we'll definitely keep you posted as soon as we have information there. So any questions on the budget process? Okay. So for our December financials, you can see there our revenues. In December, we received about $6.6 million for a year-to-date total of a little over $28 million, compared to our annual budget of $56.6. So we're in good shape there. Any questions on the revenues? Okay. On our expenditures, in December, we expended about $4.7 million for a year-to-date total of just over $25 million against our budget of $60 million. Any questions there? Moving on, the next item is our sales tax report, which continues to be very positive. So for the January numbers, which if you remember are 2 months behind, so this was cash registers ringing in November, they brought in about 1.1 million, and that was about 145,000 over projections. So for the year, if you look at that bottom number in the right corner, we are continuing to shop local, and that is really beneficial to our county and to our schools. So any questions on the sales tax?
I've just got one thing to say. That is outstanding.
We love it.
And people, please buy local. It helps us.
Definitely. Right. The next item, I did want to point out a change. We noticed this afternoon that there was a typo on one of the 142 budget amendments. So we left the original there, and we have updated and dated the revised one, and we put a copy at each of your spots just to fix that error. So we have 3 federal budget amendments, and we've got our federal budget crew here if you have any questions.
Does that need to be voted on again or
Yes.
anything?
Yes.
Yes, all 3 of these. Are you gonna, do you want to go over them, or
Whatever the board wishes.
has everybody seen them? Okay, then I suggest that we vote on all 3 of them. Okay, so I've got a motion from Ms. Cargy and a second by Ms. Hamby.
That's to approve as amended.
To approve as amended?
Yes.
As presented amended.
Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, passes.
Thank you.
Okay. Ooh. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Hamby made the motion, Ms. Cargy made the second. Is there any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Here, okay. Motion carries. Let me get caught up here. Next item on the agenda is old business.
Mr. Chair.
Ms. Carty.
In the wake of Dr. Maxwell's announcement, I would like to make a motion that we open up applications and resumes for the position of Director of Schools, ASAP.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second.
Can we have a discussion?
Yes, discussion.
I would like to suggest that we actually have a meeting to discuss what our next moves need to be.
I don't have a problem with that. We need to do a special called meeting if we're going to go that direction, because I don't want to wait until February.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
either. And, well, I mean, we're gonna have to wait February. It is the end of January now, so.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want to wait till the end of February is what I'm saying.
I
I don't want to wait till the
understand.
February meeting stuff to.
I just feel like
but,
that way we can have an opportunity to just discuss all of it before we just put it out there.
Well, I guess my thought is, let's get the resumes, let's get them coming in. I mean, I know last time we had said that we were going to give preference to local. I mean, and I would think that would be something we could
Well,
hash out in that meeting.
Last time, what we actually did, we advertised for it, and we decided that we would look at the local candidates first and interview them. And if we didn't find anybody in the local candidates that we were satisfied with, or that we could come to an agreement on, I should say, then we would go to people from outside the county. And we can do that again. I mean, if that's what the board so chooses to do. But,
I'd definitely like to get resumes coming in.
okay,
You have a motion and a second. I was just discussing, so.
okay, well, all right, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, all right, now, I still think that we could still have a special call meeting in February, early in February, at some point in time, so that we could do like Ms. Hamby said, we can just kind of, right now, all we're doing is getting the ball rolling, and then we can, like Ms. Hamby said, we can discuss it and figure out exactly whether we want to do it the way we did before, or we want to just open it up for everybody. Does that sound fair, Ms. Hamby?
That's fine.
Okay.
I just think we just need to come together.
I agree.
Okay, I'll send out an email, and because we've got so many not here now, Miss Boston was not feeling well, and she told me before the meeting that she probably would not make it all the way through the meeting. And then, of course, Mr. Safety is out on the West Coast, and Miss Anita Hale, she's in Mississippi with her family. So we've got so many people that's not here. I'd rather get input from everybody.
Yes.
So we'll do that, and then we'll try to set up a special call meeting, maybe the first or second week in February, to iron out the details. Okay? All right. Questions from the media?
No, I'm not retiring.
No. Okay. All right. Next item on the agenda is adjournment.
Move to approve.
I
Adjourn.
got a motion and a second.
Approve it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming, especially those